Welcome back. In our last lesson, we learned about introduction to HTML and setting up your environment. If you've not watched that video, go back to my last video and watch it. We also did a mini project, personal introduction page project that we did. Today, we are going to learn about basic HTML tags, and we are going to do that with by creating a basic web page. So we'll do a mini project of creating a basic web page where we are going to learn about basic HTML tags. Let's proceed. We need to create web a HTML file. So let's take this out and then create a new HTML file. We'll go to this icon here and click on this icon here, and the HTML file we are going to create is basic underscore page, since it's just a basic web page, so that we'll know what we are creating. So let me increase so basic underscore page, and we'll always save the extension with .html so that when we render it on the browser will know that we are rendering an HTML file. So this is it. Next thing we're going to do, guys, tell me what you're going to do. You can pause the video and just think about what you're going to do. I'll give you some seconds to think about it. Tell me what you think we need to do. Pause the video and do it. So you guessed right if you say we are going to call the HTML document structure. You guessed right. So we do that by HTML. We click HTML with the one that has column 5. So here you have it. So we are going to name this file, the title of this basic HTML page. So in this file, we are going to learn about some basic HTML tag. You know, the last lesson we talked about heading tags, and I also said that heading tag has ranges from H1 to H6, which is the smallest. So from the highest to the smallest. We also talk about paragraph tag. So today we are going to work on that mini project about our basic HTML page, like basic web page, but we are going to use the format tags that we have learned, the H1 tag, and we're also going to use the paragraph tag, and we'll learn two more tags, the anchor tag and the image tag, rather three more tags, and then the list tag. So let's do that. First, the H1 tag. So I'm going to put a content as usual. Whenever you type out the tag, you have to put a content in it. So just type in H1 opening and closing. This is the opening, this is the closing. It's just the tag. What makes it an HTML element is when you put a content in it. So I'm going to put a content in it. So welcome to my basic HTML page. Hope you all remember this. Now the paragraph. And what do we do? You guessed it right. Put the content in it. Okay, so three more tags that we are going to learn today is the anchor tag, which is represented by the A. So when we type the anchor tag and then we click A, we click on the rather we hit the enter button, we're going to see not just the A but something in the first A, between here and here, something inside. This thing inside is called what? As you can see, I'm highlighting is the href. It's like forms a hyperlink to another page. It is what takes you to from one point to another point. So here we want to point to another page. I don't have another page yet, but I'm going to point to somewhere that is familiar to all of us. If I don't want it to point to somewhere else, I'll just leave it blank or just use the pound sign. But let's just say I want it to point to Google. I'm going to type inside here Google and absolute URL www, or I'm saying https colon /2/ then www.google.com. So this will take me to the Google page, but I just have to give it a content like this. It doesn't have anything, so if I render it on the browser, nothing is going to show on the browser like this. So I will not even have somewhere to click on to take me to that page. So you know what to do. We put a content, so we'll just say this leads us to Google page, or we can just say visit Google. So once you see we render it on the browser, this visit Google automatically shows us that it is a link by changing its format. The color will change and then we'll have some other features added to it. So this right here that takes it to another page is called an attribute. So href is an attribute of this A or this anchor tag. So this is a hyperlink tag or hypertext anchor tag, this anchor tag. Then we want to also add something else. We also want to learn about an image tag. Let's see first how this renders on the browser. Then we can proceed to learn about the image tag. So we go to this top place here where my cursor is, and we right click and we copy path. Remember, copy path. I'm going to teach you other easy ways to get to render it as we move on. Just learn this process. So we copy path and then we go to the browser and we paste it on the browser. So this is a uniform result locator, this place here. I'm going to right click on it and paste. So once I paste, I hit enter on my keyboard and this is it. Voila, I have this. So this is what I've typed here. Welcome to my basic HTML page. This page includes various HTML elements and then the link to visit Google. So this is it, and this is the link to visit Google. Let me make it larger so that you get to see. Okay, so this is it in case you're not seeing it before. You'll be able to see it now. And then this is the title. Remember this title here, basic HTML page. This is it here. basic HTML page. So this is where it appears. As we move on, I'm going to also show you how to change this image here. It's called favicon, favicon, whichever, to the image that you specifically want it to be. Like if we visit Google, you're going to see that there's a specific image that comes out here for Google. Let's see. I'm not online now. Let's see. Okay, so I'm not online, so that's why we have this here. So let me go online and then we'll see where this leads us to. Okay, so now I'm online, and when I click visit Google, see, voila, we're here on Google page. So that's what the anchor tag does. It links you to another page. It can link you to any page that you want it to be. Let's say we want to go to Jumia, we can go and add it and say link us to Jumia page. Let's try that. So I'll add another anchor tag here, and then I'll change this to jumia.com, and I'll say visit Jumia. So I want to add a break tag here so that it breaks down. So without the break tag, this is how it's going to look like without the break tag. So this is how it's going to look like without the break tag. So I have the visit Google and I have the Jumia, but I want the break tag to bring this Jumia down, below this Google, yeah. So that's why I'll be using the break tag. So if you notice, when I click on the break tag, I commented on it so that it does not apply. To comment on it, you can use a short code control/, or you can just I'm going to shout comment on it some other time, but let's just focus on today. So the break tag will bring it down for us. So when I refresh on this page, you see that Jumia is now below Google. So I can click on visit Jumia and it will take me to Jumia page. Voila! I hope you're finding this class interesting. So we have learned about the anchor tag, and you have learned about the attribute in the anchor tag, which is href, and we have learned about the paragraph tag. We learned it before, and the heading tag, of which we are using just h1 tag. We've not been able to use the other 2, 3, 4 to 6, so you can use it as the case may be to do whatever applies whenever you want to use it. So we are going to learn about the image tag. To add images, we use the img tag. So the img usually comes by default with source attribute and alt attribute. So src attribute and then the alt attribute. The source attribute is where the image is coming from. The alt attribute is the alternative. Like, when you go to some pages and then the image is not there, it will be as if the image is broken. It will show something like a picture and then it is broken somewhat. Let me try to search for it online and then show you what a broken image looks like. Then we can try to replicate it as we are coding. Let's check online. So something like this will just show if your image is broken. So something like that. So once that shows, and then there's no alt to the image, this is just what you're going to see on the page, and you're asking yourself, what are they trying to display here? What are they trying to display here? You might not know what they're really trying to display because of there is no alternative to it. So what the alt does is, when you have a broken image, it tells you what image was supposed to be there originally. So for example, we do not have any image there yet. Let me just say that the image that is supposed to be here is probably an image of a cup. So I'm going to write here in this alt, image of, I want to say as one word, of a cup separated by hyphen. So there's no image here yet, but I'm going to get to see this image of a cup alternative telling me that there's supposed to be an image of a cup there. So let's go back to code. So you have it here. So there's supposed to be an image of a cup here, and because we do not have the image of a cup, this alternative message is what is showing. Okay, this alternative message is what is showing because there's supposed to be an image of a cup. So right now, let's go and look for an image of a cup somewhere in Google, and then take it from there, um, add it to our page. So I'm searching from Google to say a cup image. So once we insert the cup, you will see that the alternative will no longer show, unless of course we have like network problem, or the address that we put is broken, or the address, we didn't copy the address very well. Then we will see the that message. Let me copy this. So I'm going to right click on this and then copy image. I want to copy the image or save the image as, but I want to copy the image and then go to the file where we have our introduction to HTML and paste it there. So this is the file where we have our introduction to HTML, as you can see here. So I'll paste my cup here. So the moment I paste the cup here, I'm going to, okay, so I was not able to paste. Hold on, I have to go copy that image again. Okay, so I have to either copy the image address, or save the image as in my folder. If I save the image as in the folder I want it to show, I'll go look for the folder I will be currently working on. It's introduction to HTML. I double click on it and we are in this folder now. Then I can change the name and save it as cup, or, and that's save. Or I can just copy the image for the address here and copy the address here. So if I copy the address here, it's not saved in my folder. So that would be like absolute address. So it's coming from somewhere. It's not within or relative to whatever I'm doing. It's coming from somewhere. So, and usually it loads faster. It's better to have an absolute image, like you load your image somewhere and then reference the link from that place, like Cloudinary, and then use it on your page. It helps your page to load faster. But it's also beautiful to have your images in your folder where you're currently working on, just in case where you're getting the image from, they don't go out of business tomorrow and then fold. You might not be able to see that image. You have a broken image. That's why it's good for you to just get your image and upload it to a server that will not go out of business. Example, Cloudinary, you can upload your image there and then get the link to the image. So this source file now is the address that I'm going to copy from. Let me assume that I have copied the image address and I'm going to put it here. So I control V it. So this is the image address. It's so long, although we can get like a link that is shorter than this, but this will show the cop image. But this is not what we want to achieve at the end of the day, but I just want to show you that you can get the image address. So long as you're online, the cop will show. So this is it. So that image, that long link address is what is producing this. So if something happens to this page where we copied this image from and it's no longer online, this our image is going to be broken, like that broken image that I've showed you before. So what we're going to do for now is just download the image into the folder that we are working on, and then reference it from there so that it's going to be relative to whatever we are doing and not absolute. So let's do that instead. So I'm going to redo what I've done here, and then this is the image cop. So it's relative, it's in this folder that we are working in. So what I'm going to do is come to this page. Since it's on the same parent, the same folder, is not inside this cop folder, is not inside another folder, although it is reasonable for us to put an image folder so that we can have our assets like images inside the folder instead of getting it from here. As we move on, we will do that, but for now let us just get the image directly relatively to this HTML files here. So what I'm going to do is copy. Can see the moment I do see, the cop comes out because it's relative. If it was not on the same line or the same folder, I have to look for where it's coming from by using / or a period sign. So cop.ph, this is just very short and easy. And remember, it's on the same line with the visit Jumia. So I want to put a break tag so that it comes down. This time around I want to put double break tag so that it just comes down, and then we'll see it clearer. So this is it. Then I refresh the page. So this is it. The same image, different way of putting the image in our web page. So this is the image. So another thing we're going to talk about today is the list. So in talking about the list, we have to look at the two type of lists we have. So we have the ordered list and the unordered list. Remember in Microsoft Word, you have something like bullet. So we have the numbering bullet, and then you have you have the list too, but we have the bulleted or the numbering or the alphanumeric or the Roman numerals. It's the same thing with the list. You can now change the list type to the way you want it to be. So the list for the unordered list is the bullet. Now the ordered list is the numbers. So let's talk about the unordered list. This is UL. This is the tag for unordered list. So inside the unordered list, if I put this here and nothing is going to work, I have to put the child. So the unordered list or the ordered list works with children. So the child is the li. So let's say I have an ordered list of food items. So rice, and I have another list of beans. So this is going to show, because it's unordered, is going to show as bulleted. Then if it's ordered list, which is OL, it's no longer UL. Once I do list, it's going to show like numbers. So I like Ewa going so much. So Ewa going. I also like okra soup. So okra soup. So let's go to the browser to see what it's rendered. So I keep refreshing it. There's a way we can do this, and then once we come to the browser, it's already giving us real time online. It's refreshing on its own. But when we get to that bridge, we'll close it. Let's just continue refreshing and work on our muscle memory. So once I refresh, you see this is the unordered list and this is ordered list. So unordered list has the rice and beans, and the ordered list has the one, two, ewa going and okra soup. So this is it for today. This is what we want to learn for today. So you've learned about some fundamentals of HTML tags and how to use them to create basic web page. You see our page is coming to life, and the next time we'll dive into HTML attributes, although we talk about it briefly today, like the href, the alternative, the alt or the src, and then some of those we'll learn more advanced ones, and also learn more advanced elements. So keep practicing, keep coding. You get better at it with constant practice and constant work. Let me know in the comment section if you want me to give you a project to work on, and I'll do that. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.